On this week's episode, we give you guys a recap of our 2025s.
We are going to go through every season, of course, of the year and tell you what we did and also show you our Spotify Wrapped.
And some secrets. Stick around.
Ooh. Hello and welcome to Rare with Flair.
The podcast where two best friends with the same rare disease are living our best lives. I'm your host, Cassandra.
And I'm your host, Casey.
Guys, it's the end of the year. It's the end of the year. And
it's the end of the year.
That means that we have our very special, we love our little annual review episodes.
This is our 5th time doing it.
Girl, that's insane.
Insane. We could go listen to all 5. If you want to do the challenge, you listener can go listen to all 5 in a row. And
no,
see how
girl,
much
this is our 6th one.
6th?
Yeah, because you got to count 2020.
Oh, 2020. You're right. So this is our 6th.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You're right. 6th time. You could listen to all 6 in a row if you wanted to.
It would be such whiplash, but you should.
Yeah, it really truly would. We love
what
this
an experiment.
episode.
You should report back if you do and let us know how we've grown and changed over the years. Because we don't know.
We don't even know. Yeah, it's true.
Okay, guys, I'm like bursting. Okay,
Quaking.
Quaking, physically shaking because we have like the most amazing announcement ever. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to say it? I can say it, but I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, you could say it.
Guys, Casey is engaged!
It's true.
She is engaged! Our very own Casey Greer is getting married!
Who would have thought? You know, we kept saying that to each other. My fiance. I hate fiance sounds so fancy. My fiance and I, the night it happened, we kept looking at each other and being like, who would have thought? Me and you. Who would have thought? We'd be here.
She's got a fiancé. She is a fiancé. Yeah,
I am a fiancé. It's very exciting, and I'm excited to share with the audience all the fun wedding planning because I will be getting wed next year, and Cass will obviously be very involved.
Yay!
So
I haven't been officially asked, so I have so I pretend that I don't.
She
know.
has to pretend that she might not know that she's a bridesmaid, but
don't
know.
Will
fine.
I?
Okay. Will she be asked? Who knows? I randomly asked for her pajama size the other day for no reason.
She said no reason in all caps.
No reason at all.
So I just assume we're going to have a slumber party.
But yeah, it's very exciting. I was very surprised. I knew the proposal was coming. And in fact, I thought it was going to happen possibly on that weekend because that was our 1 year anniversary of meeting. But then he really did a good job convincing me otherwise. And I was actually bummed like all day long because I thought he is not doing this. He is not doing it. But Cass knew that he was doing it. And I didn't know that she knew.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, as you guys hopefully know, we don't live in the same state. Case and I. Case lives in Tennessee and I live in Ohio. But, you know, her fiance, super, super sweet guy. He, like, Case has a lot of long distance friends and he let, like, several of us know in advance, which, like, he was under no obligation to do that, but I was just really honored and I thought it was super kind because I have yet to meet this man in person since we don't live in the same state. But like I was just honored. I came home from the pet store and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I had the realization that like Casey and I talk almost every day.
You're like, how am I gonna keep this a secret?
Oh no.
She did so good. Thank you guys. I mean, you all really, I am shocked that my friends all knew. I'm so glad he included them. But also I was shocked because I really only thought he was going to tell my parents. I did not think he was going to tell everyone because I thought he was going to want to try to keep the secret, you know, and the more people you tell, the more chance it is that it's not going to be a secret. And so like, I was really happy that he involved Cass and my other friends and stuff. And so when so he proposed and I blacked out. Like I literally don't remember the proposal very much at all, which is really funny. And then we took pictures and stuff. He proposed at a restaurant that we met at. And then we went home and Cass and a few of my other friends were on a Zoom call, and that was super exciting to see them. That was a big surprise for me. I had no idea they were going to be sitting there on Zoom, and
it was
that
so
was really
fun.
Special.
Her local bestie like coordinated a lot of it,
yeah.
which was really, really awesome. So she did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. So that was really, really fun because a lot of my people, like Cass said, are out of towners, but they're all over. But it's fun.
So exciting. We're so happy for Casey. Send her your
my love.
Good wishes, any advice you have about marriage if you've done that, you know.
And you know what we should promote? We have an episode called Here Comes the Bridesmaid, and I think it's quite good. And
I agree.
So if you want to listen to a wedding episode, not about our weddings, but about us being in weddings, that is a fun one. Anyway, without further ado, I think we should go ahead and get into this. But thank you, Cass, for the well wishes.
And let that help you frame her year.
Yeah, man. Well, listen. You guys know, if you've been around, our next episode is going to be our vision board planning for the new year. So I really love that one too. I'm really excited about it. I have some plans, and so that'll be the next episode you hear. But right now we're looking back. We're looking back on 2025. We're looking back. And we got to look back the way we love to look back, which is Spotify Wrapped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
We do I feel like we've done this for a few years now in our year in review episodes, and I really like that we do this. We used to do like more of a dedicated music episode.
Right.
But you know what? I feel like this is a good descriptor of our years, perhaps.
I think so. And you know what's funny? In the six episodes we've done, have our favorite artists changed very much? Probably not.
I feel like mine has shifted around a lot, but honestly, like looking at this list, I feel like at least two of these artists are artists that have consistently made my top 5 over the years.
I would say so. I would say so as well. Do we want to go back and forth starting at 5?
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Great.
Well, my number 5 is very silly. It's not that silly, but it feels out of place in comparison to the rest of my Wrapped. My number 5 artist is Swedish pop sensation ABBA.
Oh, I love that. I am here for your ABBA year. 2025 was the year of ABBA for you, and I'm here for it.
Listen, I love ABBA. I love putting on ABBA when I'm like deep in a baking mode. Like I have to bake a lot of stuff and decorate a lot of things. And you'll see at some point in this episode that did come up often, but it really it's so exciting and it pumps me up, and I'm just like blasting ABBA in my house. It's a time. I'm the only one there. It's just me and my dog. So like,
it's funny because we're going to get to one of our trips later, but on one of our trips we went on, you were blasting ABBA when we were getting ready in the morning.
It's just such a vibe. Oh,
so like it is real that you were doing that.
It really was my year.
I love that for you. I think I want 2026 to be my ABBA year. So.
I think it could be. Any year could be your ABBA year.
I think it could be. I think it should be. My number 5 was Dodie. And I've had Dodie on my list many times. I was a little surprised by this because I didn't feel like I listened to Dodie as much this year, but I do enjoy her, and that's all there is to say about that, really.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My number 4 artist was Everything Everything. They've been on my top 5 for many years. They've just got a really unique vibe to them. I feel like it's also, for me, kind of like deep focus music. When I feel like I need to get something done, I like to throw them on. So
yeah,
I like them.
They have come up consistently for you, for sure.
They really have. Sometimes they've been number 1, but this year they were number 4.
They have. My number 4 is Noah Kahan. I listen to Sixth Season a lot. Isn't that the name of the album?
Yes.
Yeah, Sixth Season. I listen to that album a lot. I especially, for some reason, I listen to that album a lot on airplanes, and I guess I travel a lot, so I guess that makes sense because I'm listening to it in the air quite often. But I just love that album. It's really one of my favorites, and it has stayed one of my favorites since I've heard it.
I love that. I love that. That's a good album. Mm-hmm. My number 3 is Random. They've never really made a top 5. They are an alt group from the early 2000s. They're called Franz Ferdinand. Probably heard Take Me Out. from like 2001 or something. They made music. They made new music, a new album. I think I had mentioned it once on the pod sometime earlier this year. I don't know, that album low-key like had me in a chokehold like throughout the spring and summer. It was like a constant listen. It was fun. It was upbeat. It was like kind of rocky pop fun. I liked it a lot. So that's why they made it.
Nice. Number 3 for me is kind of random too. It's Linkin Park, and it's because of this album they came out with last year called From Zero. I listen to it a lot. It's kind of like ABBA, where it's like I jam to, like I put it on when I want to be pumped up a little bit. It's like hard rock and it's fun, and that's 100% why. It's not because I ever listened to any of their other stuff. It's that one album that got them into.
Well, they got the new girl who's a really talented vocalist.
I have a place in my heart for girl rockers. I can't help it.
Yeah, she's super talented.
Oh my gosh, yes, really talented.
Okay, my number 2 is one of my very favorite bands, Jukebox the Ghost. They are just so much fun. They're very theatrical. It really does feel, I described them once to someone as like a theater kid gone wild. They've got like pianos and like fun lyrics that are occasionally kooky and interesting, and I enjoy them a lot. And they did come out with a new album in October, I want to say, or even November, but like I honestly don't know what it was that got me up there with them. I think I had a couple of their songs on a playlist that I listened to a lot, so that's probably where that came from. Love that.
Number 2, I feel like it's a little bit upsetting for a reason. I'll tell you in a second when I tell you what it is. My number 2 is Hayley Williams. I want to say it's upsetting that it's not Paramore. Hayley Williams is the front woman of Paramore, if you didn't know. But she came out with solo music this year. I really, really love it. Her album is called Ego, Death at a Bachelorette Party. It's really, really, it's a heartbreak album. She recently had a bad breakup with one of the band members of Paramore,
Paramore, yeah.
I hate to like air her dirty laundry on this podcast, but it's common knowledge. And you know, people really, they just write really raw, good stuff when they're heartbroken. I hate it for her, but I love it for us. I hate it for her, but I'm like, she made good art, you know? And I don't like her other solo stuff as much, but I really, really liked this. I mean, I'm a Paramore stan, so it's like, it makes a lot of sense. It's just funny that Paramore themselves is not on my top 5 this year. It's kind of upsetting to me.
I think it's because like the last time they put out music was like
a long time ago.
So,
but usually they still make it because I usually just play them a lot. But yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy that Hayley is still there. So yeah.
Okay, my number 1 artist is like a shock to the senses. If you listen to any of our episodes from before 2022 or 3, my number 1 artist was Taylor Swift for the very first time in my entire life, and I have no regrets. I have nothing else to add. I love Taylor Swift, and it wouldn't have been possible without Casey Greer. You heard it here first. Yep. Yeah. And it wasn't just Life of a Showgirl, okay? Because I listen to a lot of Taylor stuff all the time.
It's all of it. Do you want to guess who my top artist was?
Is it perhaps Taylor Swift?
Shockingly, yes. I mean, not shockingly. Yeah, it's Taylor Swift, of course. Of course, come on. And I completely am with you. It's not just because of Life of a Showgirl. I actually went through a Reputation era at the beginning of this year. I was blasting.
That's an album to fall in love too.
It kind of is. I think that's kind of why. But it's like, I am not a Reputation girly, but it was like on rotation this year, at the beginning of this year. Yeah. And then of course Showgirl and all the others. So, you know, like, yeah, Taylor's the number 1.
I feel like 1989 kind of always has a place for me.
Of course.
But yeah, it just, yeah, Taylor Swift, guys.
Taylor, she's the one.
If you've never heard of her, she's kind of an undiscovered artist, but
she's like
I recommend it.
Not many people know. We recommend.
I'm literally like staring at my Eras Tour poster on the wall right
now. We're just constantly chasing the feeling we had at the Eras Tour, and nothing will ever.
I think maybe your wedding can come close. But
one can only hope.
One can only hope that you could achieve the level of euphoria you had at Eras.
It was also Eras Tour was also an out of body experience. Not very different from the proposal. I kind of felt
where
like I
you
was
totally blacked out.
Yeah, I kind of was not in my body. It kind of felt like I was dissociating. And
she goes like, "Did you get down on one knee?" Like,
yeah, I did not know that he did because there's photo.
There was photographic evidence.
If there wasn't photo evidence, I don't remember saying yes, so I hope I did. That would be kind of bad.
You're getting married anyway, so.
Right, and that's kind of how I felt at the Eras Tour. It's like my system, my body, I'm too sensitive. I just shut down.
Overloaded.
Just shut down. So funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The last thing we'll say about Wrapped is that I think thing that everybody's been talking about this year has been like the new gimmick that they put in Wrapped, which was your listening age. I was actually on a work call recently where like we were doing icebreaker like networking stuff in small Zoom groups. And that was like, that ended up being the thing that broke the ice was like, what was your Spotify listening age?
That is great.
So what was your listening age, Casey?
Okay, so mine was 86 and LOL. Because it says I listen to music from the late 50s, which I do. I listen to a lot of jazz like in the background, right? So if I'm getting ready at night, I do listen to a lot of like Ella Fitzgerald and like jazz stuff. So like I guess that's why I was laughing though, because none of my top artists are that, I know, right? But you know what? I love yours though too, because yours actually tracks as well.
Yeah,
for what you were listening to.
68, and it's probably largely in part to ABBA. Thanks, ABBA.
Yes.
That, and like I also, when I'm baking, I feel like I kind of, if I'm listening to music, sometimes I just watch a show in the background.
Of course, yeah.
But if I'm listening to music, it's either like this like 40s wartime jazz playlist.
Of course. I love that. I know the playlist you're speaking of.
It's a phenomenal playlist.
Yeah.
That or Taylor Swift or ABBA.
Yeah, I think that's an incredible mix. That's an incredible mix.
I like
that's
that.
A well-rounded.
I agree.
That's a well-rounded music taste right there. But yeah.
Okay.
I hate to keep bringing up weddings, but I feel like Taylor Swift and ABBA are both really good, like getting ready at a wedding.
Really are. Oh my gosh. Yes, we're gonna play that as we get ready.
Cass and I really care about music. Some people might not, but we care about like music being on, and we want the right vibes of the music. So yeah, that'll be a big thing for me.
That's gonna be really important for the vibes.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
Are we ready?
We're gonna. Okay. So let's talk. Like, we divide the year, as we've done in previous year interviews, we divide the year into basically quarters. So, like, January to March,
yes.
April to June, July through September, and August through December. So,
yes.
Let's start January through March. What was Casey Greer doing?
What was I doing? So I will say my fiance's name is Grant. He obviously was a big major player this year. But I was actually surprised. Quite a few of the things on my list actually don't involve him, but I'm going to be I just want to say his name because he will be mentioned a decent amount. But one of the things I did at the beginning of the year, I saw Hamilton with my family at the Orpheum Theater here, and we took my nephews, and it's so fun to see kids see Hamilton, especially ones that enjoy it, because they just were like their eyes were glued to the stage, and that was such a fun thing. So I saw Hamilton, and then another thing I did in the first quarter, Q1 of the year, it was two fun little events. I keep wanting to say my boyfriend. I've done that a lot. My fiance, but my boyfriend at the time.
It's a hard switch to make. It literally happened days ago.
It's a hard switch. He had an award show for his work, and that was really fun. It was like a kind of a formal dinner situation, and he won an award. And it was also his birthday in March. So we had a fun time celebrating his birthday, and he came here, and we had a fun day doing some things around the city. Also, another thing we got to do in March is we went to the zoo and we got to meet some of the animals up close, and we got to like touch gigantic tortoises, and that was so much fun because I love turtles and tortoises, and I was like living. So
That's so fun.
Had a great time doing that.
Oh man, my year started out pretty rough.
Oh yeah.
It does go up from here, but I'm about to bring down the mood.
No, you're not bringing down the mood. We want to, I want to quickly actually comment on that. So I think we always give the disclaimer of like, our lives are not perfect, blah, blah, blah. Like this is the episode where we get a little more personal, and some of it we do decide to share. And like last year, I remember sharing some like difficult things on the year-end review episode. But just because we don't share all of it doesn't mean we don't have ups and downs like everyone else. This is obviously like a curated list that we are choosing what to share. So I just want to say that to anyone listening.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really glad that you said that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So actually at the beginning of the year, I think I mentioned this, if you did not hear my guide dog wrapped episodes that we did after I got back from guide dog training. I was actually supposed to be going to guide dog training in like very beginning of January. Yeah. And that did not work out. I was like completely packed and ready to go, and I had a health situation that sort of came out of nowhere and was really, it felt very random. It felt very scary. It actually happened on a plane before we took off. And so like I was by myself. It was just really embarrassing. Of course it was really unnerving, but like, getting like wheeled off of a plane is just, I don't know. There weren't really words to describe the really, like, the major amount of discomfort that brought. Because it's such a small place. Literally everybody is watching you.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that they can't take off because of you. And it was, and then, like, it was tough because obviously, I didn't get to go train with a dog, which I had been, really looking forward to.
She had already been waiting a long time.
It was tough. And so, like, and then, like, what on earth even happened, right? Like,
right.
How do we,
that's the second part of it is like,
right. Like, how do we deal with the fallout and potential ramifications that this has?
Yeah. Right.
So I feel like, it was really tough, at least that first week being home. It was, and not being training in California. It was honestly really devastating. Yeah. And so I think especially January and February, like I kind of ended up having to be forced to frame them as like a time to reset. Yeah. It was a challenging beginning of the year, honestly. Until the end of March, I feel like it was sad. And just like a lot of uncertainty. I had a lot of follow-up appointments from that scary random health thing. There was, to give you a little bit of happy news, in the spring, there was an answer. We did find out what happened, and it wasn't actually very serious.
But it was one of those things where it could have been, and
it could have been.
We just didn't know. Yeah.
And it was just the right amount of things that happened at the same time that triggered a different issue that I didn't know. Right. So things worked out, and I'm okay, and I don't necessarily even have like a whole other chronic illness, which is a bonus. We love that, but like
big bonus.
It was just like it was challenging, and I took that time to reset, even though I didn't really want to. And so I just I got to take things a little bit slow, and I think I'm gonna do this again, actually, and I might mention it in the next episode as well. But I ended up doing dry January, which like I don't like. I'm not out here drinking a lot, but like. Yeah. I had always heard the concept, and I was like, I'm curious. And then with like weird health stuff, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna like not consume, especially because you like if you do drink alcohol, I feel like you do more of it in the holidays. So it really does feel like a nice kind of cleanse.
A reset. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Right. It just adds to like the reset of the year that I had to have.
Right.
And that was, it was quiet. It was hard. But it was, I think, overall okay. It worked out. You know, we're here, and that's okay. But I did do some other positive things that like gave, you know, that kind of lull of a season some more meaning. I had good community around, but I joined a new community. I started singing in a community choir, which I had on my vision board and wanted to do. And I had heard about it from a friend, and so I just decided to do it, and it was such a great thing to have in my year. I just really enjoyed going back to making music and doing it in a group. It's just really lovely.
Yeah, and like... Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I heard they did a Christmas concert recently, and I heard a video from it, and it's, like, sounded so, so beautiful. Like, it's awesome.
It's cool because, like, you know, you do have to audition to get in, and I felt a little intimidated my first rehearsal because a lot of the people there, like, studied music or teach, like, are choir directors or something. So, like, they definitely know a lot. So the standard is, like, pretty high, even though it's a community choir, but, like, it's still just really fun, and...
Yeah.
The people are really nice, and it's just great. Good time to make art. And
amazing.
The other thing I did in March, and this will be a continuous thread throughout my year and also Casey's, is like I got to travel. I was like cleared to travel with confusing health things, but my family and I, so my parents and my brother and sister-in-law actually also came. And we went to Italy for about 10 days, and it was so lovely. It was just really needed after a challenging season, because I also didn't mention that Romana got really, 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 really sick in February, and it was so scary and so hard. So it was just, guys, it was a rough start of the year for me. But but that Italy trip, like, Romana was stable at that point, like, you know, it was lovely. The food was great. Like, it was really beautiful. We got to walk around a lot. It was a little more crowded than we expected. And I would not say an accessible place to visit without other sighties. But, like, with other sighties, it was very fun and super memorable. Like, we just did a lot of really enjoyable stuff, like wine tours and, you know, seeing old things and monuments and statues. It's cool. It was fun.
Amazing. I love it. So for, let's see, I'm doing the months in my head, April, May, and June. Yeah. Two of these things involve you, Cass, and I'm sure you have these on your list.
I think they are.
April, we went to the HPS conference, and it was a good conference this year. I felt like
you should go hear our episode about that.
Oh, you should. We totally made an episode, so I actually don't feel like I need to linger on it too long because we do have a whole episode about it. But it was obviously, it's always a great time. The conference is a very special,
and we get to see each other.
Time. We got to see each other, and it was lovely. And then another time in May, ATS, the American Thoracic Society conference.
Literally like a month later.
Literally a month later. And I think it was definitely top 5 highlights of my year. It was really, really awesome. I had never been. This was Cass's 3rd time, so she's a seasoned pro. But I had never been. So she was showing me the ropes, and we roomed together, and we were just so goofy and silly and laughing the whole time. And it was such a fun time. And
you should also hear our episode about that, because that one is like goofy episode about so chaotic.
It's chaotic, and I love it. Like, it makes me laugh.
I know.
And then in June, I went on a big Disney cruise, and it was amazing. Yay. I went with my family and Grant, who's my fiance, and it was great. And when I say my family, I mean like everybody, like my nephews and my sister and brother-in-law and parents. It was really great. I love Disney, and it was the first time I've been on a cruise in a long time. I haven't been since high school on a cruise, and so we had a really, really wonderful time, and I'm so grateful we got to do that. It was really fun.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I loved the pictures from it, and getting to like hear the stories, and it's just so fun. If you're gonna do a cruise and you can, like, a Disney cruise is like the way to go. It's just such a great environment. Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, those were my April, May, and June.
Fun. Okay, my Q2. I traveled a lot in Q2. Among what Casey mentioned, HPS conference in Long Island and ATS was in San Francisco this year, so like literal opposite ends of the country.
Yes.
It was awesome. I'm so glad Casey came to ATS, and like I literally can't wait for next year. I
can't wait.
In January for no reason. I'm always looking forward to ATS.
I am too.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I also traveled for work for like a day. I went to Nashville, and it was a really, really awesome. I know, right? It was so quick and so random, but it was a really like amazing experience. I don't really talk a lot about work, not because it's like a secret, but just because I feel like it only means something to the people who are involved, I think. But it was just a really great opportunity. I got to meet some of my team members in person, people that I'd worked with for years and had never gotten to meet in person because we work in different locations. And it was a really unique opportunity because it was a lot of really like high up people at our firm that were it was like a senior leadership conference convention thing. So me and another one of my colleagues who have like the same role, and he's blind, and I kind of when I'm at work, I'm like not necessarily blind, I'm low vision, just because of the tools that I use. So like we got to talk about our experiences both as users of technology and how accessibility impacts us, but also as like experts in the field, and it was just a really wonderful experience. And I'm honestly like really honored that I got asked to do that. And
yeah, that looked like a really cool experience for him.
It was so fun. It was really invigorating.
Like, that was really, really like an honor to be able to speak at.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. And like it's cool because now like some of these like senior leaders who like will come and visit our location, they like know who I am. They're like, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
That's so cool.
It's really wild, but like they're super nice people, honestly. So the other thing I did was I went to Long Island for 5 days in June. It was so much fun. I visited some of our friends from NOAA. And so like the albinism org, for those who are not familiar. So all of these friends pretty much have albinism, and we just had the best time. I got to stay
camp vibes.
Oh, it was so summer camp vibes. And like I got to stay in these friends' house. Like their family was really gracious and hosted me. And they like have a boat. We went like on the water. We did just like a bunch of very summery activities. We went to the beach one day. We went out to some clubs. Like it was a wild time. I was the oldest in the group, and I like was feeling it because they were like, let's leave at 11 p.m. And I'm like,
you're like, my back hurts. Okay.
Oh, okay. So fun. But no, it was such a blast. I had the best time, even though I only got 4 hours of sleep on my trip home. But
oh my god,
it was fine. It was honestly so fun.
Amazing.
The other thing I did this spring, besides travel a bunch, is I got to cater 2 of my friends' weddings. So,
yeah.
I know.
See, it's
right?
funny, but can I just interrupt for a second? Like, this is so funny to me because we live our lives together. We talk very frequently. And so, like, I've heard I remember when all these things happened, but like, as you're saying them, I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
Right. I mean, like, I forgot the turtle thing was literally this year that you guys did.
I know.
I thought it was, like, last year.
Because, like, I was living it with you as it happened, but I forgot it until you're reminding me what you did as well.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Go on. So I had a friend get married in April and then another one in May. So they're about a month apart. So like in between like going to conferences and whatnot, I was like making crusts and freezing them and making fillings and also freezing them. And then the days before the weddings, I had Abba on in my kitchen pumping out tarts. And it was so fun. And it was just really special to be able to create something and also celebrate my friends who were getting married. So it was a ton of fun. I was like so honored that they asked and that I got to have the opportunity, and I got a lot of positive feedback, which I always appreciate.
Yes, that's awesome. Love it. So now we're in July, August, September. Sorry. July, August, September. So my nephew did a little theater camp, and it was kind of that's right. My mom and I really it was kind of our idea, but he did a theater camp, and it was so fun to get to go see him on stage and see his final performance, and we had a great time cheering him on, and he loved being on stage, and so that was like definitely a highlight of that for us.
Can you say what play and what part?
Well,
he had?
It wasn't really a play because it was like a summer camp where they just learned a bunch of different songs from different musicals. So it wasn't a specific musical. They just kind of, they had blocking and choreography, and it was a medley. It was. They got up there and they did a few songs from Seussical. They did a few songs from Shrek the musical. And it was just so, like, I'm a theater girly. If you've listened to this pod, you know that. And my nephew is my kindred spirit. He loves the theater as well. And, like, to see him loving it.
He's literally Casey Greer.
He is. And we share we basically share a birthday. Like, everything about us is the same. It's kind of crazy. And, like, nobody else in my family does theater or appreciates. Well, my mom appreciates it the way that I do, but she never did it. And so, like, to have him love it so much, I feel like he's like he might as well be like my child. I'm like, he's more like me than he is like my sister. So that was really fun. I was in a wedding in July. My friend Susanna got married, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't I was going to say I didn't really know her bridesmaids. I knew a few of them, actually. I went to elementary school with a few of them. But when you don't know any of the bridesmaids, you don't really know how it's going to be. But actually, like, it was a really fun day. And you do kind of just, like, bond with them, even if it's just that day. Like, you're never going to see these people again. But you're like, we're here. We're in it for this thing. And so it was fun. Grant came to that. My parents came to that. We danced the night away. A very fun dance floor party situation. And I went to my first Arkansas State game with my fiance, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not a big football girl, but he loves it, and that was, his college, and so we did that.
We do many things for love.
I called, at one point, I said the audience, and he, like, referring to where we were sitting, and he was like, it's not the audience. I was like, what do you call it? Like,
the crowd?
Like the stands, the crowd? Yeah. I was like, I literally called it the audience. Whoopsie. I will say just kind of what we were talking about at the beginning. I'm not going to get into any detail at all because we have personal lives and boundaries. Ooh. But around this time of year, like, a very close family member to me was going through a lot of, like, health stuff. So that was kind of a lot. And we were just trying to help that person through all of that. They're doing pretty good, but just like that kind of colored that part of the year for me too. So I just wanted to mention it because when I go back and listen to these, it is like a time capsule for us. And when something like that kind of comes around, it's like that does kind of color those months of the year. And that's kind of what I think of when I think of, like, August is that, or September, August and September. But yeah. So, well, I guess September is... No, wait, that was July or September.
It was September.
I'm getting confused. No, it was September. I was getting confused on the timeline of how we're doing this.
Oh, yes, this is
September
July,
is
August,
Q3.
September.
Yeah,
Q3.
So we're fine. We're fine. So, yeah, that was Q3.
Yep.
But, good times.
Yeah, that was tough. And, like, actually, I was actually somewhat involved in that health drama. Like, it was really special that I could also be of support to your family, whom I love very dearly. Like, I really do.
Oh, yeah, and I love yours.
Case and I have known each other and each other's families for a really long time.
Yeah. We don't just know each other. It is, like, a family thing. Like, we know each
when we met almost,
well.
like, 12 years ago, we were with our moms. Like, like, from the start, it has always been, like, a family thing, and our families are close, and so
right, exactly.
Even though we don't live close to each other in proximity, like, I was happy to also get to play a part in that. So I love your family very dearly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so we all know what happened in August. And if you don't know what happened in August, I got my guide dog, Anaheim. My beautiful boy. I love him so much. It was so long awaited. It was
one of the best parts of my year. It was just incredible. It was just incredible. So long awaited. I don't want to take your moment here, but I can't. I have no words, to be honest with you. I mean, you've heard our episodes we made, hopefully.
Yes, which, like, definitely, again, if you haven't heard those, like, it was a lot of fun to put those together and try to capture what training was like. It's a very unique experience, but even I can say now, after having him for, almost exactly 4 months.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. It's crazy. It really, is it only 4? No, 5. Wow. Almost 5 months. Wait, really? No, 4. I can't count, guys. I can't count. It'll be 5 in January. Okay, but still, I still can't believe it's only been like 4 months that we've been together. It really does feel like longer because
because you just bonded so fast.
Yeah. And I think, like, I very much, like, fell for him before he fell for me. I'm gonna be so
That's
honest.
funny. I can totally like, from what you've said, I can see that because you were in love instantly.
I loved him from the very start. Like, he's just such a sweet dog. He actually reminds me a lot in personality. We've joked about this as a family of my dad.
I love
he is, like, at heart like an Enneagram 6, this dog. He's just loyal to a fault, a wee bit anxious, but
Sweet.
just deeply, like, a people pleaser, but also just, like, full of joy. He, like, so playful. Like, I know that I fell in love with him first before he did for me, because he wasn't much of a tail wagger for, like, the first few months that I had him. It was only probably within the last, like, month or 2 that he's really, like, wagged. When I look over at him, then he'll wag. But he didn't do that as much at first. He had to really trust me, and I respect that.
I do too. Yeah, you had to earn it.
He had to I did. I worked for it, but honestly, it didn't take that long because he's a sweet guy.
It didn't take long. No.
But
and you just really, like, even when you brought him home, I thought it would be more growing pains, but you guys clicked very
easy.
It was so easy, which is, like, amazing. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, it feels really right, and he and Romana really love each other, but, you know, Romana, she's just an old girl, and so poor baby. I think, like, his young exuberance, because he's not yet 2, guys.
Yeah, he's baby.
He's baby. His exuberance, I think, exhausts her a little bit, but she does get super excited to see him and to have him around. I think it just, like, makes her little old heart happy.
Yeah.
I did do other things besides get Anaheim, but it was definitely, like, the highlight of the entire year for me. So
yeah,
had to linger. But I went to the ACB convention as part of a work trip, and that was actually really, really lovely, getting to be back at ACB. I did talk about it at some point on the pod, but it was really fun, and I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
We also went to the Chicago area to celebrate my mom's uncle's 95th birthday, which is so nuts.
Amazing.
And he's, like, healthier than people younger than him in our family. Like, he was like, incredible. He barely sat down his whole birthday. He was walking around the whole time.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it was great, and it was good to see family. And then after I got Anaheim, about a month after, I again mentioned this already on the pod, but, like, he took his first little vacation. My parents and I and Anaheim went to Acadia National Park in Maine. It was really beautiful. And we took some really nice hikes, and it was just a lovely trip. And getting to have him there He put up with whale watching, which was impressive because we were on a boat and both of my parents were super sick. And he was not unscathed, but not super duper sick. So I was pretty proud. Yeah. But he did so good. He was a very good hiker. And worked in conditions that honestly I did not expect him to be able to work in. So very proud of my boy.
Very proud. I love it. It's a good way to kind of break him into all your travels. I love it. So October to December, which we're in right now, is probably my longest amount of things. I'll try to,
good, because it's my shortest, so don't be brief.
Amazing. So this is funny that I felt the need to add this. It's really not that important, but of course I did. I talked about it on the pod when we did it, but one of my best friends and I did a cemetery tour. It was so fun.
Guys, I'm so glad that you made a separate bullet point just for
I had to. It was so fun. It was a historic cemetery tour, and these actors were dressed up and they told the stories of these people who passed away, and it was historical. I like ghost stories when they are historical, when it's real stories of people's lives, and it was just spooky. It was fun. There was food there. It was awesome. I want to do it again every year. So fun. I went to Dollywood with Grant, and we had a great time.
From this moment on, I have to interject and say that we had been speculating as to when he would be proposing.
Oh my God. It never ended. The speculation.
It never ended.
Never ended from here on out. Absolutely. And it was a really fun trip. It's so I'm in West Tennessee. We went to East Tennessee, and we went to Dollywood, rode all the roller coasters, had a lot of good food. It was their fall festival, which is very similar to Epcot Food and Wine. We tried a lot of different food. We went to Buc-ee's, which is a fun gas station. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it.
It's very TikTok famous.
Oh, yeah. And then on the way home, we went to the Opry Mills Mall in Nashville, and we went to the Rainforest Cafe just because he's never been. And I was like, you have to go to the Rainforest Cafe at least once in your life. Come on. And so it was just really a fun trip. Another amazing trip was Universal with Cass. We made a whole episode about it, and it was also a chaotic. Anytime we're physically together making an episode, it's going to be chaotic and funny.
Oh, it's going to be so messy.
It was so fun. That episode is one of my favorites. I
I listened back through it as I was posting it online, and I cried laughing. It was too. So insane.
We're laughing at ourselves. It was such a
we're hilarious.
It was such a fun special trip. I just think of sitting there with you eating chocolate frogs.
Oh my gosh,
just magical. It was so magical. I love Harry Potter. It was so fun to be together. It was magic. And we did I'm so proud of us. If you listen to the episode, we did such a good job navigating. I'm so proud of us. Anaheim was there. I got to meet him. I got to meet Anaheim, and just thinking about it just gives me warm fuzzies. It was a really wonderful time.
So magic.
I turned 33 in November.
Yay!
That was fun.
I did not mention my birthday in June.
Yeah, I know.
I turned 28.
Yes.
It wasn't super duper exciting, but I did hang out with friends, so I did something.
Yeah. And then obviously we mentioned this at the beginning of the episode, but I got engaged. LOL. So that was the highlight of my year. And maybe of my life. So that was very exciting.
Amazing.
And a lot can happen in a year, because at our year in review last year, I had just met Grant. So here we are.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. And she's holding her face right now. I need to audio describe with her hand with her engagement ring. So I mean, guys.
It's so funny. I wasn't even trying to do that. But yeah, that was definitely the highlight. And now we're caught up to where we are, except Cass needs to go. But I'm caught up to the present in my list. But yes.
Well, I will catch us up. I did not, it actually was very nice, because after having to travel a lot this year, especially being gone for 2 straight weeks training with Anaheim, it was really nice to not have to go as many places. I mean, yes, of course, we went to Universal, and it was super magical. I'm just...
So magic.
I
hope that made your least
Oh, it did. It's
Okay,
one of the
good.
3 bullet points.
Okay, good.
Of course.
Of course.
I could not forget Universal. And actually, it served dual purpose, because after Grant dropped Casey off at the airport, he did go ask for permission. Yeah. So it was perfect. I feel like I played an even bigger role, even though I didn't have anything to do with that plan.
Didn't even know. You didn't even know
nothing
what
to do
role
with
you
it.
were really playing. But yeah.
I'm honored. I'm honored.
Yeah.
But but it was just so much fun. And this was a trip that we had actually planned for January, and then when I thought I was going to be going to training, we moved it to February. But then when we didn't know what was wrong with me, we moved it to November. And so
but it all worked out.
It was a long time coming, but we did it, and it was awesome.
It all worked out just as it was supposed to.
Actually, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
This season, though, honestly, what I've been doing is mostly just spending time in community. I've gotten to like hang out with a lot of friends and do just like a wide variety of activities, like dinner at friends' houses. I hosted for Halloween. I went to a big Christmas party last weekend. Just like a lot of different little things that have just added up to be a lot of big things, which has just been really nice. Mm-hmm. So that's just been really special. And then honestly, what am I doing right now? I'm working out a lot because it's really fun.
I want to get back to this. If you weren't going to mention it, I was going to mention it. I was going to say you've got to talk about how like fitness has been a big part of your life this year, because it
really has
for you. Yeah. And then when I thought about that, not to like make it about me, but when I had that thought, then I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to say that my dad and I did the St. Jude 5K together.
Yes, which is a huge thing.
Yeah, so like I completely forgot to. I don't know why. We were going through our camera.
It.
Well, yeah, we did. I mean, that's all I have. That's basically all I have to say. It was a really special.
Okay, no, there's more to say, because last year.
Oh yeah, last year I got
training
sick.
For it.
I wasn't able to do it, and we did mention it on one of the pods already.
That's true. Like, that was maybe the last one, but still.
It was really special, especially just to do it with my dad. Like even just all the times we went running together and training and stuff. Like it was a good bonding experience. There was like a time while we were running, I like looked over at him, we were smiling, and it just felt like really
so fun.
Like a good bonding thing for us, and it was a lot of fun. But I just like don't know why.
No, absolutely.
On my
Please
list.
Share.
But you have been like gym fit girl this year. And
no kidding. I literally never thought I would ever be fit girl fit goals.
You are, and we're here
but
for it.
Like, so 2 years ago, they put in a gym within walking distance from my house. And that was a big barrier for me to work out, was I didn't want to have to pay to go somewhere. But I'm, like, Casey she can work out at home.
Yes.
I like the accountability of going somewhere that isn't my house. Like, I don't want to be in my house and work out. Mm-hmm. Like, I can if I really have to, but, like, I don't want to as much as I would rather walk to the gym and back, which is, like, 1.5 miles. So, like, it's so good. I'd been working out pretty, like, consistently last year, and then this year I was... But in June, I actually started doing personal training once a week. And, guys, I really fell in love with, like, fitness. And it's just been so fun to feel strong and to actually, like, I don't know, this sounds shallow, but, like, see results, like muscle development. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's not shallow.
And, like... It was, like, I'm not, I just more mean I'm not, like, trying to, like, lose weight, or I'm not trying to, necessarily look a certain way, but it's just been really, like, satisfying and fun. And now, like, my trainer and I are, like friends, and she's awesome. And so, like, especially in the winter when it gets really dark really early, I just have been really enjoying going to the gym. And also now that I have Anaheim, and he's like a young dog and he loves to work and loves to walk and walk fast, like, going to the gym is even easier than it was before. I can get there so much faster, and like it's just it's just so much fun. And it like him needing to also get out and get routes in or get some exercise makes me want to do more exercise.
It's your accountability. It is. Yeah, totally. Knowing you need to get him out.
Oh, yeah. It's been so awesome. Like, so super enjoying it. I'm going to talk more about that.
I was just about to say.
Episode.
I was just about to say, you better have some plans on our next episode.
I do have some plans, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to save it for our vision board.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about this with each other because we want to save it.
Yeah. I know. And we're so excited. Like, I was almost trying to convince her to tell me what was on her vision board, but
I know, I can't.
I want the surprise of finding out on the pod.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about that episode. I love it. And I hope you guys are excited too. Because it'll be soon. It'll be next. Our next
my gosh. I can't believe that's our next episode.
I know.
I got to start putting my vision board together.
Same. I don't have it together yet. But I'm excited. Excited.
Guys. I don't know how your year was. And it may not have been good. But it might have been. And that's okay. Yeah. Every year is valid.
Yes.
So whether your year was good or not so good, we hope that you're looking forward to a new start, or even heading for it with tentative steps. But I hope that you put us on the journey.
Absolutely. I can't even say that better myself. I think that was perfect what you said, and thank you for being on this journey with us, everybody. And we're so excited to do our next episode, so we hope you listen to that, and we hope you all have a very happy holiday season as well. We are
Merry
excited
Christmas
to talk.
And Happy New Year 2026.
Yes, can't wait for Christmas. It's next week as we're recording this, and it's this week as this episode is coming out. Yay! So,
oh my gosh, yes. Wow.
Yeah, like when this episode comes out, Christmas Eve is tomorrow. So if you're listening to this, happy times. Happy Christmas.
Happy Merry Christmas. Have the best time. And I hope that you guys get to spend it with people that you love lots.
Yes, we love you guys. Have a good one. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Next year.
Yeah. Oh, LOL.
I'm so funny, guys. Okay.
So funny.
Bye.